Everyone's normal. Are they? Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is Shay Michelle, and you know what? Let's just get into this because basically I just started rewatching my Harvard social life video from literally 3 years ago, January 12th, 2018. And basically one of my friends prompted me to do this video because she watched it and she was like, girl, this is hilarious. What do you mean? She was like, you need to watch yourself. And so I'm like, let me watch myself because oh, Lord only knows what I was saying freshman year.
Social aspect of my first semester. When I tell you the social aspect of Harvard is beyond what I imagined. It is so much better than what I thought, especially being an African American. And I just expected I expected to be bored every weekend. I expected to just be in my room studying because that's what everyone else does. So
now, why did I make a YouTube video that's only 3 minutes long? Oh my gosh, people really liked it. Okay, well, basically, let me just watch the whole video since it's only 3 minutes long.
Amazing. It's so good. And it's just, I couldn't from strictly homework, but it's just like, everyone knows how to just forget.
Okay, we're gonna stop right there. I wanna make some revisions to my statements. I can't believe I was so sprung on everyone's normal. Are they? I like to make revisions. Basically, I would say that Harvard, the students at school are so much different than what the media portrays, as you probably would expect. And so I just feel like I've gone to other college campuses and everyone on my campus I could see at another campus. You know, me and my friends cracked jokes when we visited other schools and we're like, oh wow, that's like the Shay Michelle but at Tufts, right? That's the Shay Michelle but at Howard. That's the Shay Michelle but at, you know, Illinois State, whatever. We're like, it's almost like duplicates at every school. And so what I mean to say when everyone's normal is that like no one is, you know, the idea that is given to a Harvard student. Okay, well, let me not say no one. Sure, there's people, but that is not the majority. Majority are just everyday, you know, college students. That's what I mean. Everybody's everyday college students. And I guess, yeah, I think that, and ultimately students are just different than what society labels society. To expand on some of the ideas that I started with in my last video, I guess overall at Harvard, the social life is what you make of it. You know, you can be as involved or as not involved as you want to be when it comes to different clubs, when it comes to, you know, parties. You can do whatever you want to be. And so I think that's what makes the difference. A big thing that happens at Harvard is freshman year, we all live in what we call the yard. So we're all very close to each other. And then after freshman year or February freshman year, you decide, you know, at max 8 people or 7 other people you want to live with for, at that point, the next 3 years, the rest of your college career. And from there, you're put into houses. And the thing about these houses is that's what kind of separates you. So the community you feel freshman year, which I felt when I was making this video, is not the same community I feel now because we were then placed in dorms. And so all your friends are spread out. You know, your closest friends hopefully are the ones that you're living with. So you're not spread out from them. However, you know, all those people that like you wouldn't necessarily text to hang out, but that you love to see, you love to catch up with, are no longer, you know, in the house literally 50 feet away or something like that. So that's kind of like the transition that occurs. And so I think that's what separates freshman year from just about the rest of your college experience, is that after that first year, you have to make more of an effort to see those people that you don't live with. And, you know, it's just, you can't just walk into Annenberg, which is the freshman year dining hall. You can't just walk into the dining hall and see everybody anymore, you know? You're now only seeing the people that live in the same house as you for the most part. And so, you know, it's just what you make of it. So not to say this is like you're not gonna see people anymore. You definitely still you see your friends and stuff like that. It's just not it's not as natural as what it was, you know? Going in an opposite direction, as that is almost like a little drawback of the social life as you climb up your years. is that there's a lot of pluses with going Harvard just because of our traditions. We have such unique traditions and such cool experiences that I think can't be duplicated other places. So for example, housing day. Y'all go check out my housing day video. But housing day is a huge thing that I don't necessarily know that any other school has. I just personally don't know, maybe. But my dad always makes jokes that he calls it like, oh yeah, it's like in Hogwarts, it's like in Harry Potter. But yeah, housing day is something that it's by far, I still to this day say is one of the most fun days I've had at this school. Just because, I don't know, it was the one day I felt like the whole school came together. It wasn't like dark so you could see people, because y'all was at 7 a.m. in the morning. Oh, but it was like a daytime thing, and it was like a full day thing. Like you had people bust into your room in the daytime, you had class midday, then you had a dinner at your new house, and then mind you, you also like when you went to breakfast, you sat at tables, you got gear, you got like shirts, you got water bottles, you got everything. It was such a fun day. So like that is a plus for our social life that I think is another way to bring people together, another way for you to meet so many more people that you wouldn't have met, especially of all grade levels. And yeah, it's just like a really, really awesome day. And then another thing that I think may throw you guys off is like, when it comes to parties, everybody in Boston comes to Harvard parties. Like it is a known thing that Harvard has the best parties. Like if you're in the Boston area and you're a student, you're coming to Harvard. And that's the thing that threw me off my first year, because I was like, you know, where are the parties at these other schools? And they're like, what? Like, we come to your parties. And it's so funny because I kid you not, there's more people from other schools there than our own. Because I've been in the bathroom and then girls will be like, oh, what school do you go to? And then me and my friends will say Harvard. They'll be like, what? You actually go here? And I'm like, why is this a shock when you're on our campus right now? Like, why is it so surprising for you to see a Harvard student at a Harvard party on Harvard's campus? I know I'm not crazy thinking this, right? And so that's why I would say that, yeah, it was just like, it's very interesting to see the dynamics. But yeah, all in all, like everybody just comes to our parties, and so we had the most fun things. And it's a plus for us because every party at our school is honestly in one of 2 locations, and they're all walking distance from just about every dorm. So it's not like you gotta travel far. You don't need an Uber, so it's cheaper. Half the times you get in free because you go to Harvard, or if you got friends, they just let you in for free. Make some friends. But yeah, it's just like all in all, it's really easy to just like meet people, go out, and then it's also easy to meet people from other schools. There's like, I met a decent amount of people at parties that like I actually like kept up with, and like we would hang out. Honestly, we mostly see each other at more parties, but nevertheless, I got them on social media, so that's a plus. Another great way to meet people. So that's like that's always something I tell people, and they're like, what? I'm like, no, like Harvard's the place to be. And then another thing about our social life is in general, people at Harvard have the best work-life balance I have ever seen in my life. And it honestly didn't come to my mind till one of my friends came to visit, and they were like, oh my gosh, like you'll see everybody out walking around doing whatever. Honestly, you could count on it starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but Sunday, when I tell you the library is packed and people are getting everything done. Like, and then mind you, you know, the other weekdays, hoopla. But like, people at Harvard have such a good work-life balance, because when I tell you guys like, oh my gosh, they're normal, but like more like, you know, it's like average students, average people, human beings there, you know, like that can do some pretty extraordinary things. And so everybody knows how to have fun. But because they're at Harvard, you know, everyone also knows how to study and get good grades and get their work done. So it's always a plus, because it's almost like if you're out with your friends and Sunday, you're like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? And people are like, what do you mean what we're doing? We're in the library. Like, I'm in Lamont, come meet me. Lamont's one of our libraries. It's just like, girl, what are you doing? It is Sunday, we gotta do our work. And even like, if you go in the library, it's like Saturday morning to like noonish, like packed. Because why? Everybody was out every other day of the week, so you got to get your work done when you can. So that's like a really cool thing I think about our school. I'm not knocking that any other school doesn't have this. That's just something I've noticed, because this is the only college I can genuinely compare to, because I don't know about any other school. But it was brought to my attention because one of my friends came into town and they were like, oh my gosh, like y'all got work-life balance to a T. So yeah, I think in general, I would just say, you know, like a lot of the stuff I said in my last video is true. I think I would definitely make some critiques after experiencing another 3 years of that school, 3.5 years from when I made that video, yeah. But in general, I think that the social life at school is pretty comparable to other social life, and maybe even better. But I'm super glad you guys watched this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and let me know any other questions or things you may want me to touch on. This summer is literally for Harvard and for academic videos and everything like that, because we have a new chapter in my life starting, so we'll have to make a transition soon. But again, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I never look at the camera. I always look at myself, and I think one day it's gonna mess me up. Oh, this lighting is working great. I think it's because I put a white thing. This sofa couch is not white, it's brown. Okay, and that is a wrap. I just filmed 4 videos today. Time to edit.